Hello, this is the second student's application video about Prosumption. In this video, we continue to explore issues around digital Prosumption on tracking wearables. If you haven't yet, then please first watch our second input video about Prosumption titled STSE Relationships, Research and Actions. You can find a link to the input video and to all resources and activities used in here in the description. In the first student's application video, we focused on nature of digital Prosumption on tracking wearables and possible related problems. At the end of the video, you were left with some questions to think about to expand your learning. For example, after what you have learned about tracking wearables, what else would you like to know about wearable fitness devices? What other pros and cons they might have? What stakeholders might be involved and what are their viewpoints? Which stakeholders might be more powerful or influential? To answer these questions, it's important to do your own secondary research. For your first activity, try to find 2 to 3 secondary resources that preferably show conflicting information about wearable fitness devices. You can look for published research articles, government-supported studies, news articles, and documentaries. Before analyzing your resources, discuss with your teacher if these resources are reliable and valid and any possible source of bias. While analyzing your resources, examine different pros and cons of wearable fitness devices and explore the different stakeholders involved and their apparent viewpoints. You can use the following 2 activity sheets to record and analyze your findings. This activity sheet will help you to record your findings about different stakeholders involved in wearable fitness devices and their viewpoints. For example, what do they like or advocate for about wearable fitness devices and digital Prosumption? What are their concerns or takes? How might they benefit or get harmed? And what stakeholders might have similar views or interests? Discuss your findings with your classmates as directed by your teacher. Once you have a comprehensive list about different stakeholders involved, it's important to consider their power relations. For example, from your analysis, which stakeholders appears to you to have the most authority or power when it comes to making decisions about wearable fitness devices and data presumed via tracking wearables? Why do you think so? The most powerful or influential stakeholders largely determine the outcomes of issues and problems. Knowing power relation between stakeholders and their possible influences will allow you to better organize and target your actions. Also, before taking actions, it's important to consider all possible factors involved in certain problem or issue to better inform your decision about it. Let's consider the following 2 real-life scenarios related to wearable fitness devices. You can find a downloadable copy of these and other possible scenarios in the description. As part of its consumer loyalty program, a large pharmacy retailing chain is asking people to record and share details of their physical activities, chronic disease management, healthy goals targeting, and synchronizing data from their wearable fitness devices. In return, it offers its customers shopping points, exclusive offers, and discounts. The second scenario. A company requires its employees to wear tracking devices as part of their wellness program. While promoting healthy lifestyle, the company also aims at improving its financial interests by reducing what they pay for health insurance companies. The data collected from the employees is shared with insurance companies. What decision might you take about these scenarios? What seems for you as the most appropriate thing to do? In small groups, choose one of these scenarios to analyze and discuss. You can use the following activity sheet to record your analysis. For the scenario that you have chosen, what factors should be considered before making an informed decision? What are the advantages and disadvantages of each factor? Which stakeholders might benefit or get harmed by this factor? After analyzing and discussing all possible factors with your group members, what decision seemed the most appropriate to take? Now, after learning about pros and cons and different aspects of tracking wearables, do you feel that some actions should be taken? In the previous input video, we gave examples of some possible personal and social actions to be taken regarding digital prosumption. Do you think that all these actions are equally easily implemented or are equally effective regardless of the context of implementation? Do you think certain conditions might make actions more effective? Let's consider the following. In May 2018, the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) came into effect in the European Union. Shortly after, Google, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp were facing lawsuits raised by a privacy activist group with accusation for failure to comply with the new regulations. They were accused of forcing their users to accept sharing their personal data for targeted advertising in order to use their services. Do you think this action might have been possible without the implementation of this new regulation? Will this type of action be possible in your own context? And what might make this type of action possible? With your group members, choose a personal or social action from the previous list or any other action that you would like to take to address problems related to wearable fitness devices. What benefits might be gained from this action? What difficulties you might face implementing it? And what preparation you have to do to make this action effective? With this, we've almost reached the end of students' application activities. Yet, we encourage you to start thinking on how issues around wearable fitness devices look like in your community. For example, how many people in your community use wearable fitness devices? What do they know about problems related to wearable fitness devices? And what do they like or dislike about them? With your group members, design a survey to understand how issues about wearable fitness devices look like in your community. You may start by collecting data from people in your school or neighborhood. Before designing your survey, make sure to first discuss with your teacher qualities of good primary research. You can also use the link in the description to watch our teaching video on how to do good primary research. With what we now know about wearable fitness devices, tracking wearables, and digital consumption in your community and globally, what local and global actions or solutions that could be undertaken in response to the problems you identified? Discuss your findings as a whole class or as directed by your teacher. Thanks for watching.